Back, guys. It looks like I didn't go.
Okay, welcome to the Quarry Valley Unified Union School Board meeting. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so approval of the agenda tonight.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Mike made the motion. Right. Any general public comments?
No, we gotta vote on it.
Oh. Approval of the agenda. Mike made the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Okay. General public comments? Any up there? Okay, hearing none. Consent agenda action.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Mike made the motion. A, approval of minutes.
Okay, have a vote.
Okay, do we approve this? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Approval of minutes for December 11th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Mike made the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. B, approval of warrants. Check 954, December 17th, $124,266.37. 595, 12/17/25 for $4,447.99. 597, December 31st, 25, $430,218.94. 598, 12/31/25, $5,012.40.
Make a motion to approve the warrants as read.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Personnel, contract recommendations, informational.
I believe there's one needs a vote.
Excuse me?
There is one on there that needs a vote.
There's one on there to vote. Yes, extracurriculum. Tom Montana for the Proctor High School Varsity Boys Basketball College, stipend of $2,248.
Polteny High School.
Sorry, Polteny. Thank you. Replacing Justin Heyer. All in favor of that?
I'll make the motion.
I don't think we have to approve that one.
No?
I think we have to approve the one at the top,
Right.
right?
Ryan needs to be approved.
The professional one.
Professional staff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, I don't know how to say his last name.
This is mania.
Just mess.
Associate Principal Athletic Director, $92,820.
I'll make it the motion to, for Ryan.
Okay, Mike made the motion. All in
Discussion.
favor?
Discussion.
Excuse me?
Discussion.
Any discussion?
How long is the contract for?
Yes, I do believe a one-year contract.
Okay.
So
Mr. Chesmacia, and I know I'm going to have to hopefully learn this after tonight, is on the call if anybody wanted to ask questions of him or...
Is that who you want? Is that who you want?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Discussion. Any more discussion?
Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
One nay. Okay. Okay, we're going to skip 5. So the next piece is executive session.
I'll make a motion to go in executive session under Vermont V.S.A. 313, discussion action, confidential attorney communications with the board at
6:04?
6:04.
All set? Okay, so the next would be the Old Business State Valley Trails, but have we probably covered that?
Yeah,
would
I think we're good.
at this point. So moving on to new business, the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District School of Choice Policy.
So by statute, each year we have to approve the number of slots that we allow for school choice in and school choice out. In years past, we have at Pulteney, Proctor, and West Rutland gone 10 and 10, so 10 school choice slots in, 10 school choice slots out. After speaking with Jay, Joe, and Jen, they would like to continue with the 10 and 10. So
And
we
that's
would need a
just in
motion.
between our schools, or is that
That's-
outside?
Any schools.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's for high schools, yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
I'll make a motion, we adopt the school choice to 10 students can leave and 10 students can come in per school.
Any discussion on that? We're good. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Budget warning approval?
We can hold off on that till after we
Approve the budget.
approve a budget. We have to approve a budget.
Semantics.
Okay. Finances.
Getting ahead of the cart ahead of the horse.
Yeah. Finances, monthly. Chris?
Okay. So in the packet tonight, we're looking at the third draft of the Quarry Valley budget. There's been a few changes since last month on the actual budget expense. The first change was the update of some health insurance plans. January 1st is an opportunity for staff to change health plans. We also got some updated dental rates. So those have all been entered and did result in a $67,000 budget increase. That was mostly increases in plans, so people that went maybe from a single plan to a family plan and stuff like that. So those have been accounted for. There was a small update to the VOTEC tuition. And the biggest change was, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, is to the tax rate sheets, and that was for the ADM and the CLA. But based on the expense changes, we are currently looking at total expense is up by 4.3%, and total education spending is up by 6.6%. So looking at the tax rate, which is the last page in the document you received. So last month, we did discuss some proposals from the admin regarding cuts. So none of those were decided upon. There was not a consensus to put any of those in at this time. So this budget that you have in front of you does not include any of those cuts. I imagine that's not something that we're going to discuss tonight, and then we can make changes while we're here tonight regarding whatever the board decides to go with. So looking at the tax rate calculation sheet, so we discussed total budget up 4.3%, and total education spending is up by 6.6%. The reason for expense being up is mainly due to inflationary costs with wages, health insurance. Those are the main drivers for that. Education spending being up 6.6% is the expense increase, as well as less one-time money, and that's really what's driving the education spending increase. So last year we had approximately $1 million in one-time money that we used, which was a combination of surplus and prior year refunds for both the SU and Quarry Valley. This year we have less one-time money that we're using in this budget, and that's resulting in an increase in education spending. So that one-time money decreases along with the increase in budget is bringing us to that 6.6. Equalized pupils, or long-term weighted ADM, we are seeing a significant decrease in that number. We lost students in 2 of our towns. That's mainly driving that decrease. Last month when we looked at this, we were looking at a long-term rated ADM of approximately 1706. This number that you have in front of you now is a final number. It's at 1700.83, so that's a 1.35% decrease in pupils. That will help drive an increase in spending per pupil. So that decrease, along with the increase in education spending, is putting our spending per pupil at $12,090, which is an 8.04% increase. The next part of the calculation looks at the yield. The yield is the number that's approved by the legislators, and currently we're using the tax commissioner's December 1 recommendation, which is $8,849. So after we apply that yield, as well as apply the incentive from H850, which is an incentive based on the transition to Act 173. Currently, we're receiving 2.5 cents. So after you apply those two things, we're looking at a unified tax rate of $1.34. That is the same tax rate for all three towns until you apply the common level of appraisal. And so the common level of appraisal compares fair market value of your homes to the assessed value. When we met last month, we didn't have updated numbers. CLAs have dropped pretty large amounts for all of our towns across the SU. And I'm going to hand out a sheet which we looked at, I think last year. I shared it with you. Yep. Chris is also going to share it on the big screen there. So CLA has been sort of causing issues for tax rates for the last few years. It's always been an issue, but it's definitely the last few years have been bigger issues. So when your assessed value of your home, which you see on your tax bill, equals the fair market value of your home, which is what you can sell it for, CLA is at 100%.
There's not, yeah, I can walk.
When the fair market value of your home begins to increase above the assessed value, the CLA begins to drop. And so the reason for that is when those two numbers match, because everybody feeds into the ed fund, this tries to equalize taxes across the state. And so when fair market values increase, it's saying that your home is now underassessed and we need to charge you more taxes, and the way to do that is by increasing your tax rate. So if your home is assessed at $100,000 and the fair market value of your home is $200,000, in order to charge you that value of $200,000 until you have a reappraisal, they will double your tax rate. So they'll take your CLA and they will divide your unified tax rate by that CLA number. And so if your home is 50% undervalued, they'll take your tax rate and they'll divide it by that 50%. And so currently for Quarry Valley, we are seeing a 7.4% decrease in CLA for Poultney, a 13.5% decrease in CLA for Proctor, and 5.6% decrease in CLA for West Rutland. So that means that the value of homes is increased by those percentages over the last year. Now this is based on a 3-year average, the CLA. So the fourth year dropped off and the new year was added. They look at all the homes that were sold during that 3-year period. They take out any anomalies, and they come up with the CLA value. 2 years ago, the state made a change, so that the values that you're seeing on this line are not the actual CLAs for your towns. 2 years ago, there was, I think, a lot of discussions around CLAs and a lot of focus on it, and so the state made a decision that they were going to take the average CLA across the state and come up with a state adjustment factor, and then they were going to apply that CLA adjustment factor to all CLAs to increase everybody's CLA. And to offset, then they applied that same adjustment factor to the yield. So the net impact is 0, but what that did was it raised everybody's CLAs and decreased the yield, so that it took sort of the focus off CLA. So I can give you the actual CLAs. So Poultney is at 61.14. Proctor's at 60.6, and West Rutland's at 65%. And the state adjustment factor is 70.33.
So what happens about towns that are going through reappraisal and will have lodged that before July 1st? Then technically, this information will change or it won't change?
So depending on when that's all finalized, there is a chance that your CLA will change prior to tax bills going out.
I mean, as long as it's lodged prior to July 1, yeah. Okay.
What was that state number again, Willis? The state number?
The state adjustment factor is 70.33.
Thank you.
And last year's number was 72.36, so the state adjustment has gone down a little bit. So roughly all three of our towns, the assessed value is only is approximately 60% of the fair market value of the home. So you could expect that when a reappraisal happens, there's a possibility everyone's value is going to go up by 40%. On average, this isn't, not everyone's will go up. Some may go up 200, some may go up nothing or 25%. So as you can see from this calculation sheet, the CLAs are really having a large impact on your tax rates. So we were looking at a unified tax rate that was only up 5.5%. After we apply the CLA, we're looking at tax rates that are up 14% in Poultney, 22% in Proctor, and 12% in West Rutland. And cutting the budget has a very little impact on these tax rates because of the impact of the CLA. Cutting cannot overcome the impact of.
So we have no effect on at the board level
Basically.
on those percentages?
Yeah, so Chris and I met this afternoon looking at various different scenarios on what we can do. I mean, cutting $500,000 in the budget impacts the tax rate by about 3%.
Wow.
So you would still be looking at a tax rate increase of 11 for Poultney, 19 for Proctor, and 9 for West Rutland. We do have an updated reduction proposals that for us to discuss in executive session. But we looked at proposals last month with 3 different scenarios. Chris and I met today, applying all of the new information for expense and education spending, as well as some of the discussions that we had last month, and would like to go over the revised cut proposal with you tonight. Even though our cuts can't have a significant impact on the tax rate, it could have an impact on our spending per pupil, which is one of the items that goes on the ballot. So right now we're looking at spending per pupil increase of 8%, and we would like to drop that number, try to drop that number down to below 5%.
So the CLA or the final numbers, you received those from the state then?
We haven't received the letters yet. Those
Okay.
usually go out December 15th. We
Right.
still have not received those, but there is a list on the website.
Okay.
In the packet was also, just for informational purposes, a graph. Looks like this. And this is just a plot graph of all 260 towns in the state of Vermont and their tax rates. This is as of last year. And it was just some interesting information just to provide. And I think it goes along with the discussion that we've had here many times that we are very low spenders in our district as well as in our other districts in our SU. And as you can see from this graph, looking at our tax rates, it's the same thing. So I did a pre-CLA graph and a post-CLA graph, and on the pre-CLA graph, Quarry Valley is in the 7th percentile tax rates. These are the tax rates as you follow the graph. These are a rise in tax rates, and each plot is a town. So, I mean, we're all the way at the bottom here, and at the very beginning of, when you look post-CLA, I mean, we're not as low, but we are still, I mean, Proctor is 34 percentile, West Rutland's 35, and Pulteney's 39. So we're definitely below the average tax rate in the state.
I just think it's important to note that the responsibility for the CLA does not lie at this board.
Right.
It's at the select board level, and it has been the responsibility of select boards to set and have reappraisals and to have those, and we have known for probably close to 3 or 4 years that everyone's going to have to go through reappraisal. So, just so when that's going out to the general public, that is not something that we have oversight over. And sometimes when those in positions of power that live under the Golden Dome, they forget to share those where the responsibility lies.
If they approve a buy down quickly, could that, when would they have to have that done by, Liz?
I mean, they could do it at any point. We don't know when it's gonna happen and what it's gonna look like. So the only thing we can do is go by the information that we have today.
Right.
Which the only thing in the calculation that we don't have a final figure on is the yields. So ADM is final, CLAs are final. And once you approve a budget, that'll be final. So the yield is the only, and that's always a variable. It's never approved before town meeting day, which it would be important information to have, but that's why it's always an estimate. The tax rate piece is always an estimate.
So even the budget we approved tonight to go for March has multiple variables, even for different towns. We're currently completing reappraisal. It is our goal to have it lodged prior to sending tax bills out, so that could impact the information that we have here. However, we're not going to know that until June, so.
So we're approving a moving target, so to speak.
We're always approving a moving target. But I just think it's been more important in the past 2 years because 12% seems to be a favorite number that people like to grab onto and spit about lots of things. And what 12% means and what 12% is capturing and what school boards have responsibility for, I think even more so today need to be defined for the voters.
So do we define that in a letter to our voters?
I think when we talk about things here that we're clear about what we have responsibility over. I think we're clear that, well, we're going to go into executive session here and look at, what those impacts are. But, I mean, I think Lou was saying, you could cut $500,000. That could change 3%. But what does $500,000 say to your educational system collectively? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there are different buckets I think you have to look at and what it means. And, there are people, we like to say and we have been a low spending district. And it's one of those weird dichotomies, right? Because those that are on the inside looking at our voters are like, yes, that's what we want to hear. But do people from the outside looking in think that if you're a low spending district, that's the best thing? Or is the first thing they say is, well, what does that mean?
Right.
If you're a low spending district, what aren't you going to provide? So it's that weird kind of like catch-22, right? Mm-hmm. The people that are voting to keep you going want you to be low. The people that you want to look at you and invite in and maybe have bigger numbers are concerned with when you say
we need to
low.
show that we're providing a quality education at a responsible price.
And I think just like we've had in the past, and Joe did at the SU meeting, and we've had other schools come, when you look at what schools offer, we do an amazing job balancing that, I think, so, but,
We need to market that.
yes. So should we make a motion to go into executive session to discuss budgets, contracts?
Yeah, because there's a sensitive personnel matter that would need to be discussed.
Okay.
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 I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
6:57. So we're back in regular session.
So I will make a motion that we, to accept and approve the budget with additional reductions.
Yeah, that would be that last number.
Huh?
That bottom number, 595.
595,553, which will put the per pupil spending at 11,740, which is an increase of 4.91%.
The total expense budget is $21,927,468. That's the number that will be on the ballot.
What was the last piece of that, I'm sorry?
21,927,468.
And I'll call for a roll call for the vote.
All right.
Ask the clerk to call the roll.
As clerk, I will call the roll. Okay, Tom Callahan, yea or
No.
nay? Lauren Davenport.
Yeah.
Pat Davenport.
Yes.
Jessica Grabowski.
Yes.
Eric Heyer.
Yes.
Sarah Lonis, that's me, and I'm voting yes. Lisa Meiser.
Yes.
Mike Mosier.
Yes.
And Linda Smith.
She didn't make it back.
Oh,
She lost her.
dear.
Can we just wait a moment to see if she can?
Sure.
While we're waiting, Louis, did you want to discuss some of the?
Yeah, so the cuts were a combination of several different areas. There was several FTEs that are being cut through attrition, so those are positions that are retiring or resigning at year end that won't be filled. We will also be utilizing $190,000 in our capital reserve funds to supplement the budget, so we'll be making cuts in those areas and then using the capital reserve funds to supplement the budget for those cuts. There was some small supply cuts, and there is a contracted service cut.
Okay.
Okay.
So motion passes.
Yep, motion passes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yeas and 1 nay.
Okay. All right, thank you, Louis, and administration.
Okay.
So we need to go back to the budget warning then? Because we,
You need to approve the warning?
yes, because then Louis would print out the numbers, we get signatures before.
Yeah.
That's okay. So I do believe the warning was in your packet as well.
So is it simply a motion to approve the budget warning with the number?
Yeah, Louis, if you actually want to read Article 7 with those numbers, and then we can approve that, if
Yeah,
that's okay?
that's works.
Okay.
Is there something else you can talk about while I make all the changes?
There's plenty to talk about.
Well, I mean, you could just read just read it.
Okay.
Oh, are we signing it tonight? Is that what you asked for?
Like in
Yeah.
7 minutes.
Oh.
Yep, but I can read it in front of the amounts.
We'll see.
Oh, I can find it and read it if you want while you while you make the changes.
So shall the voters of the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District approve the school board to expend $21,927,468, which is the amount the school board has determined to be necessary for the ensuing fiscal year. The Quarry Valley Unified School District estimates that this proposed budget, if approved, will result in per pupil education spending of $11,739.92, which is 4.91% higher than the per pupil education spending for the current year.
So moved.
Thank you.
So you don't have to go back and forth.
Call the motion. Call the vote to approve the warning.
All in favor to approve the warning?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so moved.
And just as an FYI, Eric mentioned it earlier, the, last year, our per pupil was $11,190.82.
All right, so moving on,
Comments?
general public comments. Any? Hearing none. Future meeting dates. The regular meeting is February 12th, and then the Quarry Valley, the annual meeting is on the 24th at West Rutland.
That'll be at 7 o'clock.
That's at 7 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
At the library.
The library.
At the
school.
library.
Yeah, West Rutland School Library.
Yes.
All right. Okay, any future agenda items we need to make note of for next month?
Make a
Hearing
motion to adjourn,
none.
excluding, do we have to stay in session for the signature of the,
No.
we don't, okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, let's adjourn.